afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club, our 16th tasting in the very capable hands of Rachel and Frank in Lisbon tonight, I believe. You Globetrotters are in Lisbon, in the capital tonight, aren't you?
Yes.
You are. Okay. Don't be put off by that little snory sound in the background.
Sorry.
Oh, that's not you, Carl?
Sound
It's
effects.
not me. It might be after the wine, but it's not me yet, I can assure you. So Rachel and I need the link, says Gary. Oh, that's right, of course. Let me just pop that in on the screen in the comments for you. And yeah, over to you, Rachel and Frank, then on the backstory of this beautiful looking bottle of wine that you've got tonight.
So yes, today we are tasting officially the Herdade do Esporão Verdelho. And I went the other way around. I decided to choose Hey Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Hey there, Neil. Another wine ninja is among us.
Yeah, so I decided to choose a monovarietal wine, and hey Gary, hey Linda.
Hi.
The whole team is assembled now, everybody.
Yeah, so first I decided to pick the grape and then look for a wine, and I chose Verdelho, which is a grape I had never heard about before, and it turns out that in our group here, Neil and Rita and Frank and I have the Verdelho by Herdade do Esporão, and Gary and Linda have Verdelho by another winemaker, and you guys have Herdade do Esporão, a different grape. But it's all good. So this grape, just a little bit about the grape. The origin is unknown. There has been literature with account of this grape in the Madeira since the 15th century. And a few studies link this grape with some varieties that are original from Cyprus and Crete, but there is no consensus on the origin of this grape. In Portugal today, it can be found in Madeira and the Açores, and also in mainland, in the regions of Douro, Dão, Tejo, Ribatejo, and Alentejo. And outside of Portugal, this grape is found in Australia, South Africa, Argentina, and in the US. A little bit about a little bit more about the grape is that when it's this grape in the Douro region, it is one of the grapes that is used to make white port, and in the Madeira, it's made. It's used to make the Madeira wine. I expect this wine to be a little bit on the dry side, but very aromatic and very well balanced. Based on what I read, I expect some citrus notes, and let's see. I think you have a little video to play there, Carl.
Sorry, yeah, I was just busy opening the wine now. I'm keen to get to this one. Right, okay. Yeah, roll VT, I think is what we say right now, isn't it? So let me play that for you. And in full stereoscope. Oh, you're going to need the sound, aren't you?
Meu nome é David Danstock, eu sou o novo chefe aqui da Herdade do Esporão. Estamos aqui na...
Ops!
Colega desligado dentro da propriedade.
No way!
Para falar sobre...
This is what happens when I play YouTubes. I've gone and played what the next video have I? Or has it been running in the background? I tell you what, it could have been worse, couldn't it? It could have been a whole lot worse than that. So let's go back to... That's the one, isn't it? The Verdelho there.
Yeah, the Verdelho, that's it.
Right.
My name is David Baverstock.
Are you
I'm
hearing
the
that?
chief winemaker here at Esporão, and we're here on the estate at the moment, which is in the Alentejo region of Portugal. The variety that I introduced here to Esporão, the vineyards here at Esporão, so the region, because when I came here in the 90s, I was looking for grape varieties that would do well in the heat, apart from the local varieties, and I, through some experience in Australia with Verdelho, where it performs very well in fairly hot conditions, it's proven to be very successful. It has very lifted, spicy, floral aromatics in the lime, grapefruit, citric, jasmine kind of field, and so it's very adaptable. It's obviously very good with seafood. Perhaps a lean fish is a good thing. I like it with spicy Asian food, savoury snacks, that kind of thing, and it's also excellent just on a summer's day out in the patio as a very bright, refreshing summer white wine.
Beautiful. Okay. Let me just, I'll stop that as well, just to stop Peppa Pig coming on next now. What wonderful. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, that these winemakers are really real characters, aren't they? He looks like such an interesting bloke to hang out with.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to say I have got this poor relation of that beautiful bottle that you're sharing with us. So back to you, Rachel, to lead us through, and whoever else has got the actual wine. Do you have it, Eloise, tonight?
No, I have. I couldn't get it. I searched today, only today, mind you. But I have. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. There we go.
Okay. What you got there? Oh, so Esporão is one of their wines. But
it's one of their wines, and it's the 2018 Reserva.
Okay, all right. Before we go to the actual main event, if the rest of us who failed in our mission,
I failed. I'm sorry.
Own up. So those are the three grapes I've got there in this one. The Montevelio, which is I think is the cheap seats of Esporão, but I think still should be pretty good. Gary and Linda, what you got there? I'll make the screen a bit bigger for you. Rosario. Oh, so you got the Verdelho grape. So this should be interesting. We're on target with the producer and the grape in various ways. Neil, teacher's pet Neil has got the actual thing, right?
Penny has the Navarino.
And then yes, Villanova. Let me just blow up your screen there, Penny.
I do at least have three V's in it. Does that count?
Yeah.
Well done, Penny.
and a nice Vinho Verde there, the Alvarinho, right? See, push. Okay, and we have Anna here, who's in our midst. I just want to check with Anna if she wants to actually be on the screen and if she's got the wine. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Hello. Hi. I'm good. Thanks.
And have you got the wine? Are you joining us on the screen for the tasting?
No, I just joined sort of by accident. So no, I'm afraid not. I wasn't prepared.
And are you happy to be?
My friends who are winemakers in the Vinho Verde, so does that count?
You're related to winemakers, did you say?
Friends, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely stay because friends, they are now friends of ours as well, and we'll organise a trip there. Fantastic. So, Anna, do stay with us, and Rachel, back to you.
I guess let's try it and see.
Oh, what a lovely sound. Oh.
Yeah.
I smell.
Rachel's busy.
So very citrusy, lime. Yeah. What do you get there, Gary?
As is very
Limey.
Limey, yeah, and quite floral. It's quite,
Definitely get lime. Definitely.
yeah. It's nice, very pleasant smell. Colour.
It's
Yeah.
pale gold colour.
Yeah.
I got a light to hold mine up to.
Yeah. What about you guys? The wine you guys are
Well,
trying?
as I poured it, I just think pouring white wine, I prefer to red wine. You know, I think there's something much more attractive about white wine going into the glass. And also, you know, for me, although I prefer red wine, the experience of just taking it in the nose with a white is really lovely. This has got a delightful aroma. It just tastes so fresh and lovely. It's a real contrast to the autumn nights where you might be drinking a red, you know, to sort of want a bit of full-bodied warmth. And this is light, lovely.
But
yeah, citrusy. This is on the cheapie on the Montevelio from.
Which grape are you having, Louise?
In my one?
This is
sorry, go ahead.
13.5. It's quite heavy.
I think this is I've got blended. Semillon, Rupero, and Gavard.
Okay.
So I've got a blended. I have to say though, this wasn't one of the Carl. This wasn't like yours. This was the Reserva. This is actually really, really, really nice. I love it. Really love it. I would I'd buy this again. And I just bought this by accident, as you know, Rachel. When I was looking for yours, I was just reaching. I kept sending pictures to Rachel saying, "Will this do? Will this do? What about this one?" And I think she just said, "Stop! Enough! Just get what you want. Just get what you want." Yeah, I got it. Really, really lovely. I love it.
Yeah, same here. This is a blend of the Montevelio, and I love their labels. This is one of the labels I remember from first arriving in Portugal 3 years ago. These are stocked in Aldi, aren't they? And we haven't mentioned Lidl tonight. We're talking Aldi. Untitled Rupero and Perum grape in this blend. It's delightful. It's really lovely. So big up to Esporão and the Herdado Esporão tonight. Fine wines all round. We're appreciating it. Gary, Linda, there's someone in your house.
It's Big Bro. It's Mr. T.
Oh, I just wanted to let you know, just in case you didn't know that.
Right, here we go. Right, this is tasting notes from my brother because he's just had a glass.
Oh, cool.
Now he reckons he's very, very poor at wine tasting. So what does he put there? Because I've got my glasses on.
He said it's creamy, elderflower, zesty lemon notes, gentle, unusual baked bean aroma. I don't get that. It gets drier as you move it across the palate.
There you go.
Don't get the baked bean flavour.
What's the alcohol value of yours? Your other bottles?
I think for 13%.
Oh, so mine's not too bad. It's about on the mark.
Got 14 here.
12.5.
12.5.
13.5.
And look,
that's not what I thought it would taste like.
No, it's nice actually.
I thought this was going to be a really sharp, dry one, but this isn't. This is quite smooth and it's creamy. Yeah.
Steve joining us in the States, able to find Esporão over there and the Alandra. Anna, what is it you're drinking there? That was decidedly red.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
Well, what is it? And are you enjoying it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's an Italian. I have
It's Chianti Classico. I thought you...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was not prepared for this at all.
You mustn't
I will be better
apologise. It's about the fun of tasting, so absolutely no problem. I thought you were being a bit sort of reluctant to say because it was a Jacob's Creek or something like that, but No. Thank you. And Steve, tell us, what is your Alandra like in the States there tonight? An evening botard from Steve and a botard from Mitchell. It feels as if we should give the floor to Neil and Rachel and Frank to talk about the star of the show a little bit more, though. So over to you guys. Maybe come back to me.
So I really like this. It's dry, not very dry, no, but very fruity. And it's very well balanced. It has a little bit of acidity, but not too much. I am very happy with it.
It's very creamy. It's got like a lemon peel or an orange peel kind of aftertaste to it.
Neil, what did you think?
I like it. It's a very light wine. It's got a very light straw color. Someone mentioned creamy, and I think that's a really good description of this particular wine. I was expecting a much higher level of acidity. I was expecting really to draw in my mouth and feel it down the side of the tongue. But it isn't. It's extremely smooth. I'm getting limes. It's definitely got a citrus bouquet and flavor to it. I'm getting limes more than lemons. And one thing I am getting, which is really quite unusual, I'm actually getting the flavor following my throat. I'm actually getting a taste in my throat as opposed to finishing in the back of the mouth or the back of the tongue. I'm getting a flavor in my throat, which is really quite unusual. I don't know why that is. I really like it. I really like it.
What kind of flavor, Neil? Peppery or what?
No, it's definitely not peppery. I mean, this sounds a bit strange, but it's almost like and after reading up, I understand. I was going to say it's like a schist, a stone sort of mineral, a mineral flavor. Which, when you read about the wine, it does say it in the Alentejo. You don't get as much schist as you do up north. It's more of a harder granite stone or whatever. And I'm getting a mineral sort of flavor in the back right in the back of my throat.
Is it like when you drink água de pedras?
Yeah, I mean, it's extremely smooth, very, to me, very citrusy, more on limes and lemons. Don't really get the orange, but I'm definitely getting that mineral flavor as an aftertaste.
The floral I'm getting, that's what I was trying to work out. I'm kind of getting like orange blossom. I don't know if you're getting that, Neil.
That's nice.
Yeah, there is deep down, definitely. Now, once I get my snuzzer right in there, it's I can get that orange blossom, and I can see where you're coming from. There's definitely that lemon orange blossom that's coming through.
You see, Eloise, it's not gone to waste. I'm learning something.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you are, Frank.
And we noticed, Frank, actually, before we come back to you, Frank, Steve, definitely citrus, lemon, lime, floral, dry, great with smoked cheese. Oh, don't say that, Steve. I could so do with a bit of smoked cheese right now. But thank you for your notes there. Frank, very quiet tonight, we noticed. Are you getting
that mineral flavor, Frank, at all? At the end of it, when it's finished.
Right, for me, it was more the orange blossom thing that
once you've tasted it and swallowed it.
The last bit, yeah, a little bit. I don't know, like a coppery bit, but
it's the flavor. Yeah, it's almost like a dirty flavor. I don't know how to describe it. It's minerally.
But right in the end.
And not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way at all. But
I read a little bit about this wine online, some reviews, and many people do talk about some minerality. You're not the only one.
Okay.
but I was expecting to be a lot more acidic.
No, you were asking me why I'm so quiet. I challenged somebody very heavy duty in the gym today, and that killed me, man. I'm tired.
Okay, I thought you were giving Rachel center stage. Probably that and the what sort of gym? What was it like in Zoolander? Did you have a gym off or something?
Well, what usually happens is when I go to the gym, I like create like unknown challenges. There's always like a big guy that I pick like right up front, who's in the machine up front, and I'm just like, I'm going to do more than him. So I picked like this big guy who wouldn't stop, and it's as if he knew I was competing with him, and he took me to town today, man. I was just like, I'm getting off this. This guy is a lunatic. And then for some reason, I was walking around looking at him going, you are the cause for all my pain today. The poor guy probably didn't even know what I was doing.
Well, that is interesting, Frank. Sorry, it's a little bit of a diversion from what we're talking about here, but I think this is quite interesting. You challenge people without them knowing in the gym.
Yeah,
you just kind of.
I usually pick like the biggest guy in there. It's not never like what or like the guy who's like the fittest. And I'm just like, I'm going to try out doing this guy, and then and most of the time I end up losing. But the thing is that I'd rather lose to a guy who's super fit and who's like just killing it. So that's why I'm like in pain all over, man. This guy killed me. It's as if he knew what I was doing beyond.
Okay, so you're a bit creaky. I need to ask you though, the chef in you.
Creepy.
What's the pairing? Oh, creepy.
Just the fact that he was looking at this bloke from behind in the gym and having a competition with him without him knowing. I'm just a bit strange, really, you know.
Yeah, Frank, you might be getting a reputation at your gym, and the other guys in the locker room might be saying, "You know that Frank guy,
Freaky Frank."
Yeah, he gets on the machine behind me and he starts puffing and grunting and stuff and working really hard, and I'm sure he's looking at the back of me."
Yeah. This guy behind you looking at me funny and sweating profusely.
Neil, you've got to create competition, right? Like somewhere you got to create competition for yourself, right?
Definitely.
All right, so Frank, pairings for this then, Chef Frank.
With this one, it would definitely be something along like an orange glaze on some kind of a roasted meat. So I don't know, pork. Yeah. Because pork is like so forgiving, and it would be a roasted pork with like nice orange glaze on it. With this wine, would go very well.
I've got just the thing, and it's my turn to mention Lidl tonight. And it's a good shout out for them because in their meat section, for those who eat meat, they are doing a organic cuts of pork without antibiotics as well. And they've got amazing vegan stuff in there at the moment. Mrs. M had a vegan burger at lunchtime, said it was amazing. But I've really enjoyed this pork that I've bought recently, and I can see it going well with that. No antibiotics, organic, and not, like $3.99 a pack or something like that. Quite incredible.
What's going to kill all the germs if you don't eat pork with antibiotics?
Sorry, what was the beginning of that?
What's going to kill all the germs inside you if you don't eat pork with antibiotics?
I'm sure there's enough in the water and airborne particles of antibiotic to take care of me, Neil. But yeah, that's a good shout, man.
Carl, what's a vegan burger?
It's called. They've got a range called Next Generation Vegan stuff in there. They do mince, they do burgers, they do something else. I can't remember what it is. Probably little goujons or something.
What's the ingredient?
Well, that's the weird thing. That is the weird thing because Mrs. M said, God knows what was in it. And that is that, it tasted all right. It tasted pretty sort of kosher as a burger, really, if I'm not mixing up my metaphors too much there. But we don't know what's in it. So that is potentially the worry, isn't it? And that's why you're not going to touch it, right, Frank? We'll be going there. But yeah, that organic non-antibiotic pork, I can see that going very well with this. I slow roasted it in the oven with a bit of ginger and garlic and olive oil and white pepper, bit of a Chinesey kind of vibe going on. It was delightful. Gary.
Yeah, I was just going to say to Frank, you know that video you put up with the guy with the big barbecue?
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, I agree with you. What I think I could see with this is like pork, but you know when he got the swords, the pork swords, and he was barbecuing, and yeah, that probably would be really nice, wouldn't it?
It would. It would. He was what he was brushing on it was clarified butter and saffron. And if you mix that with rosemary and a little bit of an orange glaze, this would be amazing.
I bet that would be beautiful, wouldn't it? I bet that'd be really enjoyable.
What are you guys up to with your pork swords?
Nothing.
Gary, notice I'm the only one who's not laughing.
Frank, I just checked out that burger. It's got pea protein in it, but it also has bamboo fiber.
Oh no!
Bamboo fiber.
Well,
Chinese bamboo.
I wonder if that is easy to digest because bamboo fiber is very strong.
No.
Well, I'm thinking pandas. I'm thinking pandas. You know how chilled they are. It's like, you know, the bamboo to a panda is like, you know, I don't know, cannabis to Bob Marley. It's just
Carl, we can erect a building in your digestive system.
It's a two-man job. Chickpeas mix are normally part of vegan burgers. Not on this occasion, Anna Lucia. Very great to see you with us, or soya. And I think they're trying to move beyond the chickpeas and the soya with this.
They're trying to replace meats here, aren't they? So it's just pea protein, wheat protein, which is likely to be vital wheat gluten, I would imagine. Yeah, and then bamboo fiber. Mm.
Well, that could be the next health scare on the front of the Daily Mail, couldn't it? Bamboo fiber kills you. So
because the thing is, the agent that brings it all together is usually egg. So I think they use that to bring the entire compound or to bring the cement together, I guess. I think
no egg in a vegan product, right? So
that's what I'm saying. Usually, like if you are to make, like let's say, if you are to make a fish burger, in order to bring everything together, you would use an egg yolk or any kind of egg compound. But in this one, I guess you're going to use bamboo just to construct
or
cellulose.
Or cellulose, methacellulose.
That sounds appetizing. It sounds so appetizing, doesn't it?
MSG.
Give me your best cellulose and bamboo fiber burger, Barmy.
I'm just thinking about
you
how
never hear that.
Bamboo takes over the garden. It just grows like wildfire. So if people around the world are eating bamboo and it's now going down into the system, I've got these visions of bamboo farms sprouting up everywhere where we don't want them.
Unwanted bamboo farms, Penny.
Yes.
Bamboo
floaters.
Oh dear. That changed the tone of
Penny's lowered the tone already.
Absolutely. Sorry.
Anna, please come back next week. It's not always like this.
Oh, sorry, Anna.
She gave up on us.
Sorry,
Anna,
did you leave on that account?
It's fine.
I would like to say it's not normally like this, but that wouldn't be true.
That's all right. It's fine.
Paul. Let's raise our glasses to Paul. Paul has been working on being in Portugal for the last few months. He has set foot in Salamanca. Nice.
He's only one border away now.
One border away, mister. That's right, Neil. Now for the after dinner drink. Nice one. We raise our glasses to you, Saud. Chin chin to you. Eugene's here. Gary in Pork Sword. Frank is stalking strange men in the gym. Way through some feeling. What is going on? Well, this is the wine club, like no other wine club.
Eugene, to be in this wine club, you have to show your feminine or perverted side, one or the other.
It's a good night. Anna Lucia's got all posh here. One uses chia seeds to combine and hold vegan patties. Sorry, I know a bit about vegan products. There's really no need to apologize. It's really good information as far as we're concerned. So there you go. Chia, because yes, chia seeds do stick like the proverbial to a blanket, don't they?
Yes,
As you know from your pan scourer, if you ever eat chia seeds and then you look at your pan scourer afterwards, you can't get them off. You have to set fire to it. Yeah.
Carl, here's the important question.
Was
it satisfying?
Sorry, what satisfying? The burger?
Yeah, was it like after eating a burger, did you feel, after eating a veggie burger, did you feel like, okay, I've done some proper business here?
No, that comes later, Frank. No, I didn't eat that. For lunch, I had special fried rice that I made. But for Louisa, who's gone vegan just recently, and I have to say she's absolutely thriving on it. She's loving it. She's losing loads of weight because it suits her better, just constitutionally, and she's loving it. And I made her. I got the best bread from Anadia, my favourite bakery. So it's a lovely fresh bap for it to go into. I fried up the patty of bamboo shoots or whatever it is. It was in there. There was a slice of local tomato, organic tomato. I buttered it with hummus, a curry spiced hummus. I put her sauerkraut on top of it that she made yesterday and drizzled it with some olive oil, and she loved it. I put some ketchup and some piri sauce on the side, and it was a total victory, a winner for somebody who's eating in a vegan way at the moment.
Dude, you went all the way downtown.
It's only lunchtime. Not even dinner. Yeah. Anna, are you okay being with us? Because it feels like when we bring somebody onto the screen, they think, "Oh my God, I've got to be here for the next hour."
No, I'm enjoying myself. I'm just listening to you guys. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Not at all. No, you're very, very welcome.
Drinking the wrong wine and everything. So yeah.
How's your Chianti, Anna?
Yeah, how is the Chianti?
It's good.
Is it a red Chianti?
Let's have a look.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or as we say in Italy, what do we say in Italy, Penny?
Oh God! Now don't ask a 63-year-old what you say on the spot, because your brain goes like, mush.
Bacchiocchi.
Sante.
Okay.
Sante. I'm in Switzerland in the French-speaking part, so Sante goes very well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, where are you? Which part of the world are you in?
I'm in Switzerland, in Lausanne.
Loving that. Fantastic.
Ah,
Good evening. Eurovision. Good evening, Switzerland. Fantastic.
Good evening. Wish I was in Portugal, but yeah.
Well,
you can't be everywhere.
We'll see you here sometime, I hope. Eugene is well done, Paul. So jealous. Yeah. I mean, arriving in Salamanca on your way to Portugal, that's a fine moment. He's survived the Bay of Biscay. So that's a good thing. Rachel and Frank, the providers, the hosts of this particular wine tonight, did you want to say any more? Because you have chosen well. Looking at their production facility, it doesn't sound very romantic when I put it like that, does it? Production facility, but the Esporão organization, there's some wine tourism available in the Douro and Minho, and getting closer and closer in Alentejo and Porto. We haven't ruined it, have we, for a visit from the wine club? I think we've been very complimentary about the organisation of wines. Do you want to lead with the scoring, Rachel and Frank?
Yeah, but first I want to know Gary and Linda's tasting notes.
Please.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Yes, I can only agree what my brother wrote down. It's very zesty. It's very smooth, creamy. I have tasted just a little bit of wood in there, just right at the back of it. But going back to what Neil said, the aftertaste, the strange taste you couldn't put your finger on, I think I know what it is. If you get, say, a lemon or a grapefruit, right, and you squeeze the skin, just a little spray of oil come out of the skin, that's what it is. It's the oil out the fruit. It's
on,
very,
Gary.
very persistent. So either that's grape. I can't quite tell what it is, but that's either grapefruit or some sort
Lime, I reckon.
of limey essential oil in there, and that's
Yeah.
what you're tasting at the back of it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I like it. It's not really what I expected. I expected it to be a really sharp sort of, wine that would sort of make you wince a bit, but it's smooth. It's elegant. It's nice. I like it.
Well said.
You want to?
It's 9:37 and we're done with the bottle.
Oh, guys, can I just show you something? Can I show you something, guys?
Yeah. From the back of the basement.
Right.
Uh-oh.
When I went to Continente today in Coimbra, I obviously hadn't got the wine, but he said if you like this wine variety, he said you might want to try this because he said it's a really, really nice wine, and it's made from. I don't know if you can see it.
I'll blow your screen up. Hold on. There we go.
Right, I have to do things.
That
It's a lovely bottle, and as we can tell from the top, it's a fizzy. It's a fizz.
Oh, very nice.
But it's the.
It's got the grape. It's got the grape in
It's
it.
the grape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a little special one. That's for Sunday lunch, I think, that one.
Oh, wow. In the
I will
man cave.
report.
What time's lunch?
Yeah, I'll give that a go for definite.
Well, from America, we are getting bravo, Rachel and Frank. Good choice. This wine club rocks, doesn't it? Consistently choosing cracking wines. Great choice tonight, guys. Not just the wine, but the organisation as well. Really good. The producer, fantastic.
So you were asking about our rates.
Yeah.
This one, I'm going to say 425. I really like it.
4.25.
Yeah.
Very good. Frank?
I don't want to sleep on the couch, so I will give this. I will give this a 4. I like it. I like it a lot. Don't hit me. It's a good wine. I like it. The only thing is that Eloise ruined it for me. Since the day I've had that one, that orange white wine, it's like everything else is like not the same.
Oh wow.
Oh, I think I said 425 for that one.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so this one is 4 then.
Mine is a 4.
Okay. And if you were sleeping on the sofa, what would you say?
If I wasn't sleeping, it's at the risk of that, Carl. Thank you very much. This will be a 3.75.
which means 3.5, obviously. So, okay. And we will implore and petition Rachel not to have you sleeping on the sofa tonight, because Rachel, he's worked out at the gym, and you'll obviously feel the benefit of that at some point. If not tonight, then at some point in the future. Okay. Think about it. Fair enough. It's a lady's prerogative. Neil, given that you've got the actual right one, what's your score? Or can you not get Pork Swords out of your mind?
Okay. I'm very impressed with it, I have to say. Considering it's meant to have a quite high acidity, I didn't find that at all. I found it extremely smooth, very almost vanilla-y smooth. Definitely citric fruits in there, and that minerality that you're getting at the back of the throat wasn't the best part of the wine, if you like. I like a wine that's not just got citric fruits in it. I like to have peaches and pears and more floral notes maybe. So I'd like it to be, for me, a white wine, I like to have a bit more fruity. However, saying that, I would definitely buy it again. I would definitely drink it again without a doubt. I did enjoy it. And I think I will go as high as a 4 just because it's you, Rachel. I'm scared of you. No, I enjoyed it. I would drink it again without a doubt.
There's an amazing power dynamic in this group with the hiccuping head mistress, and now Rachel. with a dominatrix approach to the wines. It would appear from Neil's point of view, anyway.
Well, if Frankie Boy's scared of her, I've got to be scared of her. I don't even know her that well, you know.
Oh, fascinating dynamics at our Christmas party. Okay. Thank you. 4 from you. So we're basically 4-4-4, kind of, at the moment, right? Averaging thereabouts. So let's go. We'll extend this to. Sorry, I just got the giggles when you were talking there, Neil. I'm actually crying. Alpha Azura. Your scores, please, Alpha Azura. You started it, Gary.
Right, you're not going to make me laugh. Okay, I'm going to be professional. We haven't got the obviously the right bottle, but I'm quite impressed with the cheapo version. So the bottle that you've got, Rachel, must be well worth buying. But this one, I enjoyed it. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would. I've enjoyed it, so I'm going to go a 4. A 4.
Wow.
How much was your wine, Gary?
Sorry?
How much was your wine?
Oh God, it was below. I think it was below about €3. It was about 2 something.
That's the Emma Linda, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the actual bottle, the selected wine, was that $9.99?
Yeah, it was. It's Neil, would you say this is a €10 bottle?
The problem is, I'm the Pookmeister of the group, and I really like the wine. I just don't like paying €10, €15, €20 a bottle of wine unless it's an extremely special occasion. And for that sort of money, I expect extremely high quality, because unless I'm in a restaurant, I mean, we went for lunch the other day and it was €25 for the bottle of wine. It's sort of the normal because they go on markup. But to buy it and drink it at home, just from 12, 14 years of drinking Portuguese wine and trying, I just know there are just some amazing wines out there for not a lot of money. So it's difficult because I will spend the money on a special occasion. Do I think €10? I don't know. In a restaurant, you could spend €10 all day long for anything, and yes, I wouldn't think twice about paying it. Of course, you would. In a supermarket, could you get this as good for less? Probably yes, I would say. Yeah. And I'd love to. In fact, I'm going to taste what you've got there. I'm going to find that you've got, Gary, because I'd like to do the comparison actually.
Yeah, and this one. Do this one as well. You know, this.
We drunk Montebello for years.
And you like it as well?
Great little wine from Esporão. It's on Esporão's lower priced supply of wine. Esporão was the very first Portuguese wine I ever tasted. Funny enough, and it's one of Portugal's best known and higher quality wines. It really is. I'd like to taste. In fact, next time we go out, I'm going to find that wine that you've got, Gary, because I want to do the comparison. Because that's a great question. That's a perfect question about my argument about Portuguese wines and value for money. Is this will prove whether I can get this for what you paid.
Thing is, Neil, you've got to take into account that it's also from a different region as well, because that's still made in.
At the end of the day, what we're talking about is the wine itself with the same grape. It's a single grape. It's just produced by a different vineyard, a different wine producer. So,
Gary, the wine you are drinking, is it from the Alentejo?
No.
No.
Okay. They don't. I don't think Ermelinda have got anything up north yet. They're working on it.
West Coast, are they?
Ermelinda setable wines, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know this is they're buying some land up in the north somewhere, so that could be interesting. Little.
How do you know about that? That deal was not meant to be going through until I sign the final papers.
There you go. See.
Oh, the word is out on the street now in the Portuguese wine industry. The mysterious Englishman has shown his hand. Oh no, Channel Islander. Sorry.
Channel
I think
Islander.
yeah, Channel Islander. Yeah. Wow. What's the
Carl,
pet for Channel Islanders? What's your
Sorry?
nickname? What are Channel Islanders known as? You know, like Liverpool people.
Jersey Crappos.
Jersey Crapo.
Jersey
Or what?
Crappos. Well, we're known as Crappos from the other Channel Islands.
Okay.
But collectively, we're known as Jersey Beans.
Jersey Beans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright,
Jersey has a dish called a bean crock, a Jersey bean crock, which is very much like the feijoada.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to a feijoada in Portugal. It's a ham hock with all the broad beans, butter beans, and kidney beans and everything else, and it's cooked for hours and hours. So yeah, known as Jersey beans or crapo in the Jersey French term, which is our patois language, and crapo is a frog.
Well, I never. That's really interesting. Thank you for that, Neil. Eloise, you wanted to add something and then give you a score perhaps for your wine tonight.
I wanted to add Clockwork Orange winemaker. I noticed that they had put a Facebook post out this week venturing into Coimbra.
Ooh.
So I don't know what they were doing there. I hope they were acquiring some vineyards, but they you know, they're quite short on their commentary on that, but there's a nice video of them there in Coimbra, and so I'm keeping an eye on them because they're one of my favorites. But for me, this wine that I got tonight, which was the Reserva, absolutely stunning label on this. Stunning.
What is it? What is it, Eloise? Esporão, what exactly?
Hold on. So it's the Esporão. All it says it's a blended, a three variety blended. It's the Reserva 2018. If you go onto their site, it is one of their more premium, which might not surprise you. On sale from $18.99 to $12.49 Continente. But you know, that's my price bracket. That's what I like on a wine. But I would
Esporão is generally in the higher price bracket. Esporão are normally the ones with the little tags on the neck on the shelves.
Yeah. I have to say this was this was really, really lovely. I would it was really nice. I would most definitely have this in. Most definitely. I'm probably going to give that 4.25. Really nice.
Where's it all gone, Eloise?
Where's it all
Where's
gone?
it all gone? Yeah.
I've had the whole lot. It was so nice. It was
Eloise
so
is in
nice.
a stone house. It keeps the heat in. The evaporation there is much higher in Eloise's house because it's stone walled. It keeps the heat in.
No, I can just tell you the evaporation of wine in this house is like really high. Whatever.
Uncannily
consumption.
This was
tomato, I
really,
said
really
tomato.
lovely. Really lovely.
Very good. So 4s all round.
I just wanted to tell Eloise that Antonio Massanita's great, his company from the Açores, he makes the Verdelho. He makes this Verdelho in the Açores.
Now then, I've seen that because they also have the Azores Wine Company, don't they?
Yeah.
As part of their, do you know? So I was going to use their voucher and really, you know, go for it and get some of their wine. I had one in the week, or I think it might have been last weekend. Stunning wines. I've yet to be disappointed with a bottle. Anything that I've bought from them opened, thoroughly enjoyed. So unless I really slide down the price bracket, when I'm staying up around 10-12 euros, I'm very rarely disappointed with any Portuguese wine that I'm drinking these days.
Yeah, and they have got a great offer, haven't they, that company? They're in what, 30%? If you buy a load from
Linda, 3 glasses then?
We definitely need a jingle or a bell to ring when Linda goes for the 3-glass threshold. We know it's a good one.
So, Penny, how's the Alvarinho?
Sorry, you're talking to me?
Yes.
Hi. Well, actually, I was quite pleasantly surprised. I quite like white wine. I mean, I do like white wine. Normally, you get that taste around here when it's very citrusy, but this a little bit like yours, which is a bit strange. Maybe it's psychosomatic, I don't know. But it was very smooth, as you were saying. There was also a mineral aftertaste, which I'm sort of putting down to zinc, I think. But unlike Neil, it's gone nowhere near the back of my throat. I've got nothing down the back of my throat at all. Which is probably just as well at this time.
Oh, Penny, oh, Penny.
Penny.
But it is a single grape, and the single grape is, my Portuguese accent is shit, but it's Alvarinho, the single grape.
Alvarinho.
Very nice. I'm actually very impressed with it because it is actually, I quite like a really citrus wine, and that is actually quite smooth, despite the zinc taste, which actually, given Neil's back of the throat reference, is probably.
Yes, indeed.
I just confirm I've never been down the back of your throat, Penny.
For the record, it's good to keep things transparent and authentic and vulnerable here on the. In case you were wondering, what
Henry's not listening this evening, is he?
Probably. He's doing his usual. Oh God, Mum.
Yes, indeed. Hendrik Lamar. In case you're wondering what you've chanced upon here, it is the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club on our 16th tasting, which has had a pretty rousing and respectable response, I think, and reception is the word I'm looking for. So well done, Rachel and Frank. If I may add to this, did you give a score, Penny, for your Alvarinho zinc flavoured?
I go for 4.25.
Well, I never. Okay, so this is good. Really a good night for Portuguese wine for sure. What did you say, Eloise, for yours?
4.25.
4.25 as well. Let's go.
What about you?
I'm so glad you asked. And I have to echo the sentiments, the aforementioned sentiments. No sharp taste in the sides of the mouth. No overbearing syrupiness that is the one thing I really can't bear in white wine, and that's the kind of Chardonnay vibe, isn't it? That overbearing heaviness of those sweet white grapes. Nothing like that. Even with this $2.99 Montevelio, really delicious bottle of wine, great value. So I'm giving it 4.25 as well, 4.5 even. But I'm stopping short because this is where we get into the politics of the wines, isn't it? Is you want to give it a high score, but you don't want to give it a higher score than the one you really loved, which was 4.5 or 4.75. So it's definitely between 4 and 5. Neil.
Yeah, but see what you've just said there is difficult because the wine that you gave a 4.25 to previously may have been the best one you had up to date.
Yeah.
But then if you get another one and you say, well, no, I actually really, really love this, and there's no, just because it's cheaper doesn't mean say you can't say no. It's better. Might be slightly better in a different way or whatever. Maybe touching some different buttons or whatever. But it's where I know what you're saying is like where do you stop? But I don't know. I mean, we all enjoyed and we all raved over the orange wine, but you seem to really, really enjoy that wine tonight. And just because it's $2.99 doesn't mean to say you can't give it a 4.25 or a 4.5 or a 4.75 or whatever it may be.
Yeah, well, all round, you're right. I mean, for the price, for the taste, for the experience, for the loyalty to Esporão, the whole brand thing, I really love. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to just say it's between 4 and 5. It's high ranking, and it's another great thing for the wine club that we're choosing such brilliant wines. Christine and Malcolm agree from Cavaleiro. I don't know how far they had to go. This is Malcolm who had to run along the beach in the courier. Previously, wrestled down a courier on the beach for his Clockwork Orange, but I think it might have been a bit easier to get it tonight. Very enjoyable, 4.25. Thank you, Rachel, from Christine and Malcolm down there in the south of Portugal. So another good.
What are the grapes in the Esporão that you're drinking, the Montevelio?
That will be an Antalvaj, Rupeiro, and Perum grapes, blended 3.
Nice.
I want to include Jani's comment. I don't know what this is about. No wine here. We're trying to get used to not be allowed anymore to buy alcohol at all in the future. Is that what you predict as the next crackdown? Is that we're moving from a state of calamity into a state of what? Temperance and prohibition, maybe.
Totality.
Is Genie in Saudi Arabia? What's going on here?
Well, Johnny is on her way from Belgium to Portugal, and that's very worrying what she's saying there. Eugene, in a typically blokey way, has come up with a solution already. Time to make your own, Johnny.
Yeah.
And yes, Eugene, in 2 years in Portugal. So what do you mean, Johnny? What do you mean about not being able to buy alcohol? That's really worried us. And, Johnny, that's really...
I want to tell Jeannie that Penn is making sparkling wine at home. So maybe Penny can teach us.
Yes.
If it comes down to it, don't worry. We have enough intelligence and hive-minded wisdom in this group to keep making booze. So no one need worry too much. But we need to get to the bottom of what Jenny's saying there. And Steve, over in the States, makes his own as well. So as with the Pachin from Eugene, same with you, Steve. Send us something over to taste. Yes, Holland is on the news. What's going on? Is booze being banned as part of the pandemic? Come on, Johnny, don't leave us hanging like this. This sounds really serious. Okay, and Anna, we need a score. Oh, sorry, wrong button. We need a score from you for the Chianti Classico.
Score for the Chianti. It was really very smooth, very velvety. It was a 2009, so I think I rescued it just in time. So
Nice.
4.25, because my cellar is not the best, so I can't keep them forever.
But you've got a cellar. You've just let slip there.
A very tiny cellar in an apartment building. Yeah, it's not a proper cellar.
Okay, it sounds very impressive, and you sound like you know what you're talking about.
But I'm always happy when like something is slightly more aged has survived and kept well.
For us Brits, our experience of Chianti was often that it came in straw. The bottle was wrapped in straw. I mean, they made a table.
Good Chianti holders, right?
Yes, that's right. Is that still possible?
Yeah.
Okay, but you
I've
wouldn't
still got
recommend.
one, Carl. I don't get it.
Not this one.
My stepfather had one of those lamps, and it also had all the labels that he kind of soaked off other bottles.
Oh, wow.
Really retro 60s, 70s thing there.
Oh, cool.
Drupa is in Sintra. We're going to talk to this man next week. He's an absolute legend, is Drupa. Just Valladorico Home. Valladorico may be a wine that he's recommending there. In South Africa, no way. Look at that. In South Africa, booze and cigs were banned by a lockdown.
Remains of a red candle as well.
Oh, hold on a minute. Just going to need to zoom in on you there, Penny, on this beautiful...
Yes.
With the remains of a red candle as well.
Oh, that's
Not
really...
quite the old 70s thing of that whole dripping down, but close to it.
I remember those restaurants. I used to go to those restaurants with my dad, yeah, and the bottles would have all the wax all the way down, wouldn't they? They'd be lit 100 times.
And you could pick it off.
Just as, yeah, if you couldn't think of anything to say to your dining partner, you would just pick wax and play with it. Amazing. They can take my life, says Eugene, but they'll never take my ability to escape reality. That, my friends, is quote of the evening, is it not? Can take my life, my ability to escape reality. That is a perfect end note of the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club tonight. Unless anyone has any closing comments, really, it's your floor, Rachel and Frank.
I have a question. How does it work? Do you pick a new wine or region or grape or something for each week?
That's the idea. We're going around Portugal on a virtual tour, and
Right.
we have a rota, and the wine ninjas that you see in front of you take it in turns to pick a Portuguese wine and then share it, as Frank did tonight, as Gary did last week, Eloise the week before, and Neil, you're next week. So have you got a clue as to what on that note to answer?
Don't even go there, Carl. This wine has been chosen for 6 weeks now.
Yeah, we have it already.
It's the Patria.
Twice it's been rain checked, so hopefully third time lucky.
Yeah, we have it already.
He's
Yeah.
not bitter.
What is it?
It's the Patria, isn't it?
Yes, the Patriot, of course. Yeah,
It's the Patria. We should put it up for Anna. Maybe she can get it for next week.
And is it? Yeah,
I don't think you got a hope in hell of getting it now, but
In Switzerland.
I'll definitely put it up again. for anyone who can possibly try and find it. But
So it's red for next week. Is it the Reserva?
it is. It's premium reserve, and it's an Alentejo red.
And you know the weird thing, it's a bargain as well, isn't it? It's like $3.49 or $3.99 or something like that.
Tasted it, yeah, it looks like a bargain, but
Mate, it is. Yeah, by a quirk of circumstance, I'm loving that Patreon. I think Mrs. M is drinking that in the room tonight, and it's such a weird thing. There are lots of bottles of it left up here in the Bairrada region. I struggle
of that particular one because there's the cheaper version.
The Reserva with a little kind of copper-coloured label as well.
Yeah, I actually brought more than one. I brought 3 bottles because there was a 2018 and there was 2 2016s. So I got the 2016s as well to lay down. And I just think it's going to be worth playing to lay down.
No, just zoom in there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What you need is that selection label, isn't it? That's the real deal. Good work, Gary and Linda. Very good.
Is that the 2018, Gary? Garvo?
I haven't got my glasses in. What's that say?
She can't read it. She had 3 glasses.
I can't tell.
2000 and something.
Hang on, if I put it back up, I might be able to see it better.
Yeah, that's right. You can see it from the magnifying.
Where are we?
Down a bit. No, up a bit. Up a bit.
Round a bit.
Round a bit.
Bernie. Bernie.
Give us a 12. Give us a 12. Oh.
15.
15. No, that's not the one.
Oh, no.
That's not the one. That's not the one.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
That's not a reserver.
It's a selection, though, isn't it? Okay, Neil's gone to his cellar. Anna, you were talking about having a cellar or not, as the case may be. Neil will hear. If we had sound effects, we would hear Neil opening the and then going down the steps, and then coming back out of the steps. Or maybe he sent his butler to go and get it. Oh no! Hold on! Rachel and Frank are ahead of the game as well.
You got the same, haven't you, Rachel?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, mine's 15.
I think Neil needs to change for us. Have you drunk that already, though? Is that empty, that one? They hid in the top, so we got.
Yeah, empty.
We've got to wait for Neil to come back now.
I'll try to look for it here. But...
Oh, wonderful, Anna. How easy is it to get Portuguese wine in Switzerland?
Not very.
Oh, okay.
We have our own wine. We have lots of Italian, French, Spanish. Okay. But yeah, Portuguese is kind of fringe.
Okay. So may I ask, are you Swiss hoping to come to Portugal, or are you originally Portuguese?
No, I'm originally from Finland.
Okay.
I live here, and I'm hoping to move to Portugal eventually.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm actually just came back. I'm on my 10th and last day of quarantine today.
Oh, wow.
So tomorrow I can go out.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a good moment. Neil is back from his wine cellar. You should have sent me back, Neil.
No, show us what you got, Neil.
No, you're right. Gary, you're right. It is actually 2015. I've got here, but I'm trying to think what the others were then. I must have brought.
Let's go with that.
Brought 2, but this is the one, but I don't think you're going to find it. But you seem to think there's loads left there.
Up in the north, yeah, and in the central, I think we've got it. And this is a thing with the continent. I think they lean towards the region that they're in. Alentejo struggles where I am. They just don't seem to like it. And it was the same with Setúbal. But when you look at the Bairrada wines, we've got loads, and even the special offers are leaning towards the local wine. And that's a lovely thing because Portuguese people are supporting their own region. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I've got the 2015, but I brought another 2 bottles. I think they must have been in 2014 then, because I know it was a year before and I laid them down. That's why I couldn't grab them so quickly. So it is the 2015 that we're drinking. Gary's got it. I'm not sure who else. Frank's got it. Frank and Rachel got it.
Yeah. We need to go with the 2015. I think that's what I've got. When you say you've laid it down but you couldn't get it, is it like that northern Portugal story of that wine that's put under the soil? Have you actually buried them in the garden?
It's in the castle. back, and I just can't get over the moat at the moment. It's drawbridge.
There's a Moorish occupation of your castle.
Yeah. No,
Fair.
it's in a continent box tucked under the stairs somewhere. So it's
I like
very
it.
temporary accommodation.
Neil, I don't have that one. I did try and get it, but I couldn't get it here. But I'm heading up north next week, so if I can go by a continent and buy it, and then I'm going to put it in my suitcase. But next week I'll join you from Palma.
Palma.
So I'll try and put it in my case and take it. That will be my mission.
That would be really good. That would be, yeah, because you got no chance of getting it over there.
No. So I'll see. I'll try and get some on my way up.
They still had loads in Coimbra. I went to Coimbra today. Got loads in Coimbra.
Yeah.
Oh, have they? Oh, okay, brilliant. Thanks, Gazere. What? How am I saying that? Gazere.
I get that.
Eloise and Gary. How I know Gary. Yeah, Carl, I know where you live pretty much exactly.
That sounds very threatening.
Yeah.
With a finger.
And it's pointing
Where are you guys based?
Were you like half an hour of each other or more?
Sorry, say that again.
Carl, Eloise, and Garvo and Mrs. Greta, are you like within half an hour's drive of each other or further?
No.
Within an hour. We're all in central latitude, aren't we? Within an hour of each other.
So I think Gary, you're just a little bit south. I'm central, and then you're north of Coimbra there, Carl, right?
Yep.
So probably about half an hour south to Gary, and then for me about 45 minutes north to Carl.
So if you can't find Eloise, get Gary to get it because he can get it. Drive 15 minutes each. 15 minutes in the middle. You can hand the wine over in a dirty raincoat and a hat.
Yeah. And then people will say, "Oh, look, there's the wine ninja having one of the car park meetups." Brilliant. It's really bad news from Belgium. Yes, they have forbidden us to buy alcohol from 9 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. I mean, what do you do if you want a glass of wine at 6 in the morning? They've banned it over there, and now they want to totally forbid the sale of all alcohol in Belgium.
I am really struggling that no one can realise that you just buy more wine before 7 o'clock.
I just do not get the connection between. I don't get the connection between alcohol and all of these, and I don't get it. What is the connection between alcohol and COVID?
I do.
What is it?
Well, because when I'm with my family, if I haven't had a drink, I do all the distancing. Yes, don't come near me, grandchildren. Do this, cuddle. The minute I've had a few drinks, it's let's have a cuddle.
Bring it in.
It's out the window. So yeah, I get it. Actually, I do get it.
Yeah, I when I get a bit drunk, I stick it out the window as well. Thank you, Gareth, from Steve. And this is Eugene's typically Irish response, like a Father Ted response to the Belgian move. Steve is on the hunt now for that brew, that fine fermentation over there. And no, in Holland, but it is near. Okay, so that's. I can't believe that the open-minded Dutch would do that. I wonder if it's the same in Amsterdam for the wacky backy. But let's find out.
In Portugal, you can't buy alcohol after 8 o'clock. No,
it's true. It's true. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, yeah, and you can't drink.
No, even the supermarkets won't sell you alcohol after 8 p.m.
After 8 now.
And you can't buy alcohol.
Hey guys, I wonder if they know. I wonder if they know what we're doing here.
What, drinking after 9 o'clock?
Yeah. Drinking. We've been drinking together. We've been drinking together online for an hour and 10 minutes, and it's after 9. It's after 10.
Well, it's not.
You just can't buy it.
Yeah, okay. And it's not as if there's any documentary evidence on social media.
Not
Yeah. There's only what, 8 of us or something watching. No one else can see this. Yeah.
What I'm thinking is Marcelo Rebelo might see this and say, this is the way forward. These people are socially distanced. They're being responsible. They're supporting the Portuguese economy. This is a lot of tick boxes for the way forward. We might be a model for the future. So there you go.
Model.
Thank you.
A model for the future.
Model.
Model. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Anna, you've been a sport.
Thank you.
Joining us. Steve
Very
was
nice to join you. I hope to join you again.
You're a star. You were very welcome. You're an honorary ninja. Back to work. I go, oh my God, Steve had a wine tasting with us and now needs to go back to work in the United States. What could possibly go wrong with that? Thank you, everybody who's tuned in.
Can I just show you the label of my friend's winery?
Oh, please.
Yes.
I went to dig out a bottle, but I didn't have any cold, so I didn't have any. Sorry.
Oh, no. Bit
Just
over.
a bit. Just a bit.
There you go.
Just a bit.
Quinta Carapesos.
This is their rosé.
That one night. Is that a rosé?
Anna, is that a rosé? Anna? Rosé.
Gary's
This is a rosé, yeah. But then...
Just don't say it's available at Lidl.
Do you know what? Seriously, this is the question I've been pondering. What I think, you can make red wine, you can make white wine, but to make a really good rosé must be incredibly difficult. That's what I think.
That is a really good rosé.
And Anna knows what she's talking about, as we've
Well, I'm
discovered.
trying to make rosé champagne at the moment, so the proof will be in the pudding.
As
They
it were.
also make sparkling, yeah. Both white and rosé.
Oh, do they? Okay. Well, we need to make the acquaintance of Quinta da Carapesta.
Yes.
Which part of Portugal are they in?
It's the Vinha Verde, so it's just like
North.
before you cross the mountains to go into the Douro.
What, Jerez or something like that?
Is that where I was tonight?
Near Amarant.
Oh, Amarant.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's a beautiful part of Portugal. Yeah, we must go. We must go and visit. Jani's saying, Carl, can I make a wine cellar for me? Can you make a wine cellar for me when I'm coming over? And now I'm not sure if you mean a retailer or can I create a cellar for you? But the answer to both questions is absolutely yes. So yeah, Jenny, I'm up for that. And what a possible way forward. I don't know if Astrid is watching from Expats Portugal, but the idea we have to deal with this, and I'm going to say this publicly while we're still on air, the idea we're talking about is to make the acquaintance of a distributor so that we, as the wine ninja, can look at the catalogue and then make our selections from the catalogue. The distributor can then send out batches of 4 or 6 wines in a crate, and we'll have so many more people who can enjoy. Penny's up for it. Look, she's going to get a crate sent over. Yes, she's. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Distribution. Oh yeah. So that looks like it might work for Penny. What we need is to make sure that we're working with a distributor who's got a fine reach into all our favourite producers. Very quickly, Eloise, your favourite producer?
Oh, it's got to be my Clockwork Orange.
Absolutely.
They're winemakers, I know, but I'm hot.
Fair play. Gary, who's your favourite producer? Is it the Eminda?
I'm a bit stuck on that one because I like Emelinda wines because they cover all. But my most impressed one was probably the Altano one, the Symington's one, because of their ethics. I like that all goes with that.
Well, I'm sure any decent distributor would have access to Symington's. Neil, yours?
I can't say I'm experienced enough to say I've got a favourite because I haven't drunk enough yet.
Right.
It's a work in progress.
Although I'm drunk enough, I haven't drunk enough yet.
That's what I said.
Yeah. All right. We'll come back to you in another 5 years to get an answer to that. Gary.
Yeah, I just want to maybe I'm overstepping the mark here, Carl. But if Anna's friend has a winery, could you have a little bit of a link up with him, and maybe he might come on during one of the programs or on the morning programs and tell us about it or whatever? Because I know you're up for that.
You have so not overstepped the mark. That sounds fantastic, Anna. If you could make that connection for us, that would be wonderful. Favorite. Thank you, Anna. Favorite producer, Frank and Rachel.
I think I was very impressed with the Massanita wine that day. Yeah.
Massanita Clockwork Orange. See you later.
So okay, and our distributor. This is the prerequisite for our distributor. Then they need to be in touch with Symington's, with Massanita, with I think Luis Pato, with Anna's friends, with a good Alentejo producer. So they need to have all the basics covered.
I really like the Esporão.
Esporão,
Yes, me too, actually. Yeah.
It's got to be on there, isn't it? So that would solve our distribution problem. I mean, can you imagine if people all around the world could order a crate of 6 for the next 6 tastings, and they've definitely got them. We'll have a wonderful formula on our hands there, I think. Yep, you all seem unimpressed. Excellent.
I'm just thinking exclusively through the wine.
T minus 23 hours and 43 minutes to the back cave. Yes. I need you match fit by tomorrow night, yeah? You up for it? You going to be okay?
Gonna be all right.
Hawk swords at the ready for a duel to the death. Yes, my question. Stimulate the economy in Portugal from a distance if we cannot buy it here anymore. Yeah, we'll get it sent over to Belgium as well. Thank you, everybody. We're 20 minutes over time. You've been amazing. Everyone who's tuned in, and you wine ninjas have done a great job again tonight. And Anna's joined us as a wild card in our hands tonight. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
And understanding. Take care, everybody. Now, see you in the morning. Tomorrow morning on the Good Morning Portugal live stream, I have 2 certified laughter yoga therapists. I don't quite know how it happened, but let's see how that happens. Take care. Yes, yoga. Don't drink too much tonight, or drink loads tonight. Just keep going, and then join us at 9 in the morning. Good evening, all. Looks like I missed a good evening. It must be from the slurring, I think. I'll be back in the Algarve next week to hopefully get to try some of the mentioned wines. Sean from Ireland. Lovely to hear from you, Sean, in Ireland there with Eugene. Not with Eugene, but, in the same country as Eugene. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao. Até amanhã.